MrBeast and Amazon are being sued in a class action lawsuit against Beast Games, which is a game show hosted by MrBeast and Amazon. In this video, we're going to talk about crazy claims like lack of food and medication provided to contestants, failure to pay, and failure to prevent sexual harassment. We're going to go over the document of the lawsuit and read some of the crazy things mentioned in it, and look at this disturbing MrBeast document where he talks about no not meaning no, and allowing the boys to do anything they want. It's a crazy look. So let's begin. So yes, there's a class action lawsuit against MrBeast and Amazon over Beast Games. Now, Beast Games months ago was revealed to be a game show hosted by MrBeast. He went to Amazon and Amazon gave him full creative control over this. Now, Beast Games, the cool thing about it was that it would be over 1,000 contestants with a crazy cash prize of $5 million, which I believe is the largest cash prize in history, in a game show at least. Now, he did talk about how it was really important to him to get it right because it'll be good for YouTubers, like to show the world that YouTubers can accomplish something like this, but it was messed up very bad. 2 months ago, we heard about different complications and issues going on with it, but this is kind of the rundown because now there's actually a lawsuit going on. So, failure to prevent sexual harassment, that's the biggest one, of course. Failure to pay overtime and minimum wage, that's employment standards, you can't do that. No meal and rest breaks provided to participants. And then several contestants ended up hospitalized. Others reported suffering physical and mental complications when they were mistreated, degraded, and for female contestants, hostile working conditions. So there's a lot to uncover here, and the first person we gotta go to is Rosanna Pansino. So this YouTuber, Rosanna Pansino, was on a MrBeast video once, and she said that she was sort of edited out to make it seem like Logan Paul performed better. She got, I think, second place in the video, but they made it seem like Logan Paul did well. So she kind of doesn't like MrBeast for pretty good reason. So a lot of people from this Beast Games have been coming to her and giving their accounts and stories from this thing. So this is a quote here. People were having seizures apparently because they're not getting medication, even though they were promised they would. It was rigged. It was meant to be where everyone had an even playing field, but it was actually about speed and strength. So young athletic males were taking advantage over women and elderly people. They even realized that women could be eliminated if they started tackling and hitting women. So that's not good. What the? That's insane that this stuff wasn't regulated, right? Very dangerous set to be on. 2 girls were tackled and passed out on the field and dragged off to continue filming. People had broken bones, stitches, and most were women. So that's one account. There's many in the video. Like, we were given maybe 400 calories meal and only fed every 12 hours. That's way under the daily calorie intake that you should have. Water was scarce and running out as well. How is this a thing? I had to sit with a bloody pad for 2 days before I could get undergarments and reusable pads because I'm allergic to regular ones. We were sleep deprived and only allowed to sleep 3 to 4 hours. This shouldn't happen on a game show. Yeah, sure, a game show could be hard, but no one signed up for this. No one signed up for inhumane levels where you could like die. Like, these are things where you could die. So we heard that months ago, but to actually know that there's a lawsuit coming out is crazy news because I think Amazon, the series will probably continue, but I can't see there being a second season. It would also not get a good, you know, court of public opinion reaction to it. So these are parts from the lawsuit. A lot of it's been redacted for a public view, but there's a lot of things talking about the sexual harassment stuff. So it actually mentions how to succeed in MrBeast production, which is a handbook that Rosanna Pansino actually found. It's, I believe, written by MrBeast, and it's a document about how to succeed in MrBeast. And a lot of the stuff in here is crazy. It cites this line here: "It's okay for the boys to be childish." So this part, this isn't good. If the talent wants to draw, you know, PP on the whiteboard, let them. People like it when we are in our natural element of stupidity. Really do anything you can to empower the boys when filming and help them make content. Help them be idiots. So there's no mention of the women in the workplace here, which is pretty crazy. It's like there's a boys club. That's what we've talked about in previous MrBeast videos here. It feels like there's a boys club at the company. Now, there is this line as well: no doesn't mean no, which is pretty telling, I think, to me, you know? When dealing with people outside MrBeast, never take no at face value. If someone says no, you can't film here, that doesn't mean anything. What I'm trying to convey is what we call pushing through no. Don't just stop because one person told you no. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted. That will dramatically increase probability of success. Like, yeah, it's good to be determined and strive for what you want, but if someone else like tells you no, no means no. It's consent. So the fact that this is an attitude at the company kind of leaks through in things like this, where there's allegations of harassment and stuff. So it said that Beast Games in this lawsuit created hostile conditions where women were forced to endure the severe embarrassment and unfair disadvantage of redacted. So I don't know what it was, but the fact that they have to redact it is crazy. The apparent MrBeast ethos of helping the boys be idiots seemed to pave the way for production staff to allow redacted. I'm so curious what's under that. Crazy. There's mention of contestant 4 and 5's experiences. I don't know what that is because all of this is redacted, you know? It's hard to really piece together anything. Additionally, defendants knew or should have known because in its own employee handbook, as detailed above, laid groundwork for this collective sexual harassment and harassment against female employees. Yeah, it does to me. Like, what else does it? Look at all this redacted stuff. Can't even read this. There's nothing really to read because it's all just redacted. At all relevant times on this information and belief, defendants management up to and including senior management and ownership, which I think ownership would probably be MrBeast, right? I don't know, had actual or constructive notice that of the violent and sexual harassment in the workplace. So it was like knowingly done, it looks like in this document. That's insane, man. So yeah, MrBeast is getting sued by contestants for a lot of things. There were even claims like people's underwear were being stolen. Like what? And women's underwear too. That's a crazy bad look, and I don't think, and either this will get paid out or it'll escalate even further. Because if you, even taking away the harassment stuff, if you revoke food and medication, people could die, you know? Easy slippery slope to just death, and then you have worse crap on your hands. There's already hospitalizations, you know? It's a dangerous set to be on. I don't think Amazon knew what they were signing up for by giving away all of the creative control to Jimmy. And then of course there's the Lunchly stuff. So MrBeast made a product called Lunchly. I should have a video on that out already. It's a collaboration where it's Feastables and Prime Energy in one lunch thing. But if you order from their website, there's a little section here, the class action waiver. So if you buy Lunchly from the website, it says you pretty much waive your rights to join any class action lawsuit against Lunchly, which is probably what they're trying to do to prevent any class action lawsuits. I could see it escalating to something like that, you know, because this is a class action and it's really damaging for both MrBeast brand and Amazon, you know? Now, in my Lunchly video, I also talked about this case with Disney where someone died at one of the parks and they couldn't sue because they signed up for a trial subscription of Disney Plus. And in the terms of service, it prevents them from suing for anything, even outside of Disney Plus, like at their theme park. So this Lunchly thing feels the exact same. It feels like it's gonna touch into that. Insane that all this stuff is happening, and it's YouTube's biggest YouTuber. It's a very bad look for the platform, so I don't know what to make of that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Fly on.